Welcome, legacy members, to the beginning of the scaling, the leveraging, the holy shit, about to change the motherfathering world legacy program. Welcome to it. I'm excited to have you. And for this module one, we're all about the CEO. For those of you that want to know, what is the mindset? What are the most important mindset principles to create a legacy business? You come to the right place today, my friends, okay? So my favorite position in the company is CEO. Can I get a amen? Can I get a amen? Yeah, praise the Lord. I'm a CEO, motherfucker. If that's you too, say what's up in the chat box. I know it's you. Write it in your notes if you're watching the replay. Come on. My name's Sterling. Yo, I empower leaders to scale their businesses through mastering influence. What I do, this is a fancy picture of me sitting in front of a window. Hope you liked it, okay? So here's what we're gonna cover today. Number one, we're gonna talk about how do you shift your mindset to go from being a coach to being a mother-fathering CEO, okay? There are specific things that you can stretch yourself into to get to that level. I'm gonna share with you what those are. Number two, I'm gonna talk to you about what it means to be a visionary, how visionaries see, and how visionaries act to create the maximum impact in the world possible. And finally, how to identify what you need to be doing in your business versus what needs to be done by everybody else or anyone else, whether that's a technology or team member, what needs to be outsourced. Boom, baby, explosions on your screen right now. So here's the problem. Here's why this matters. The frustration that many people in your state may experience, and a frustration that honestly I experience, most coaches struggle to scale. They get to that 20K a month, that 10K a month, maybe even all the way up to 40K a month, but they struggle to they feel like they're hitting a glass ceiling, okay? You see, these type of coaches, it's not that they lack work ethic, just the opposite. They're working their mother-fathering asses off, but yet their income is always linked to how much they're working. They're getting paid by the hour. And if something gets done right in their business, maybe this is you, maybe not, I don't know, but they're the person that's doing it. The bottleneck is the calendar. There is just not more time in a day, so there's not more work that gets done. You see, you think about lead generation, sales, and the coaching itself all happen through that coach, through that high-performing coach, showing up to work each day, clocking in, putting the time card in on the old-fashioned time card reader like we got here. Is that you? Is it trading time for money that's in your life? In the end, a coach like this is forever run by their business rather than running their business. And they never make a significant impact as a result, just like this poor guy here, standing in front of an empty audience. Is that you? Are you standing in front of an empty digital audience? And I don't just mean empty. Obviously, you're impacting some. But are you impacting the world the way you want to? That's the question. What if instead, my friends, it didn't have to be that way? What if there was another way? What if instead business and income became effortless and you could become just like this happy baby on the screen right now? What if that was your life instead? What if instead when you did work, you only did work that you love and you could look out over a magnificent cliff just like this guy while you are on a laptop, okay? No, but really, what if you only did work in your business that you truly enjoyed, that was your genius? And finally, what if money and you changed my life messages came in constantly to your inbox while you sleep? You could wake up to people being so grateful for you and you didn't have to have those conversations. You didn't have to give up your time to create that money and that impact. You see, what if in the end, if all of this was put together, you woke up one day to a legacy? This could be you, my friends, on top of this mountain right here. Is that what you want? That's what I want. Come on, let's get it, baby. Woo! So today, to help you facilitate that, to make the transition from coach to CEO, I want to give you what I believe are the 6 key principles. They've changed my life. They've taken me from 20K a month to over 345K a month within 5 months and are poised to take me much farther than that. I want to give you the very best stuff today. The number one thing, I want you to write this down. Write this in your notes right now. Okay, write this down. A legacy only comes by leverage. Write this down. Holy shit, Stir, already blowing your mind, I hope. Come on now. Legacy comes by leverage. What does this mean? To run a business, my friends, you must stop running. Write this down. I must slow down in order to speed up. I must slow down in order to speed up. You see, most entrepreneurs, most coaches, most well-meaning, hardworking, badass coaches even are so busy working in their business, they are not able to have their business work for them. Okay? So this is how you start to shift, is you create leverage within your business. You see, from the beginning of this year, when I was making $20K a month as a hardworking, high-performing even coach, a lot of people would look at my life and they would say, wow, you are successful. Like, you are doing what is the dream. You work for yourself. You work whenever you want on your own time. You've got clients that pay you good money. You should just be happy. But here's the problem. As long as you're just making an income of 20, 40, even 50K a month, that means that your impact is limited. The number of people that you're truly serving at a high level is limited. I believe that the more income you're generating, the more impact you're making. Because the more money that's coming to you, that means, as a coach, that means more people are committing to transforming their lives with every dollar they spend with you. And so the more money they spend, the more commitment they are putting towards their own transformation. So for me, I made a decision at the beginning of this year that in order for me to create the impact in the world that I most craved, that it couldn't just be me anymore. I couldn't work more hours in a day. I was already obsessed with working. So I chose my word for 2017, the year of leverage for me. My word for the year was team. I realized that in order for me to support others at the highest level, I must myself be supported. I must stop running my business and start employing other people, creating leverage through other team members that they could run the business. They could run the operations, the day-to-day, the everything that happens, and I could just be the overseer, helping direct their activities. And in the end, I could only work in my genius as a strategist, as a visionary. That decision to become a person who isn't just the talent in the business, but who attracts talent, that was the major shift for me. When I made that firm decision that it wasn't just going to be me, I was going to make an impact, and it was going to happen through a team. Okay, here's the truth, my friends. If you want to grow, you must let it go, let it go. No holding back anymore. I don't know the words to this song, but you got to let it mother fathering go, okay? My goodness, stop feeling like everything has to happen through you. It doesn't. Trust me, you are not that important, okay? The sales don't have to happen through you. The coaching doesn't have to happen through you. Your time does not have to be given in order for impact to be created. Let's be more like, I forget her name, I think it's Elsa, whatever, okay? She built the castle with her hands, it was frozen, all right? So if you are going to grow, you must let it go. Let it go to grow, baby. Come on, flex with me on the other side of the screen, even on the replay. Flex, flex, flex. Let's go. Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the choice you got to make. Choose for yourself, my friends. You can either make the conveyor belt, or by default, you will be the conveyor belt. Which feels more pleasurable, I ask you, okay? All right, in the comments right now, let me know, are you going to make the conveyor belt, or are you going to be the conveyor belt? Probably if you've come to this presentation at some level in your business right now, you are being the conveyor belt. You are the person that runs the mother fathering business. You are the one who takes action and therefore things get done. What if instead you could be the creator, the overseer of the conveyor belt? And write this down also. Write this down. So important, pivotal within your business to make this decision right now. Are you going to be supported so that you can support others? Write this down. I am supported so that I can support others. I am supported so that I can support others. Okay, that's the choice that you get to make right here in this moment. The next mindset shift. Can you believe that was just number one? I mean, holy shit, Stir. That was just one. God damn it. He gave you all that with number one, and there's more. But wait, there's more, okay? This is not an infomercial. This is real life, okay? So number two, stop doing and start thinking. Okay, visionaries, people that are the vision creators in the world. These are the people that don't just get paid most for what they do with their hands, with their feet. Okay, by acting, they get paid most for their thinking. You see, if you are spending the majority of your time right now as a business owner performing repetitive tasks, performing task type work, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you are going to scale, if you are going to make a much bigger impact, you must get paid primarily for thinking. And I would bet that the time in your business right now where you get paid the most per hour, on a per hour basis, when it comes to the tasks you do, thinking is the one that you get paid the most for. If you are truly a visionary in this context, if you need to be the visionary of your business. Okay, visionaries get paid the most for the world they see. Okay, and if you are a visionary, if right now you claim the title of visionary, it's time to act like one. It's time to stop saying, yes, I am, but not living like it. Literally, a visionary means a person that has a vision, holds, and communicates a vision. That is the primary work that you must do and you must walk into as the CEO. And here's the thing, what you should know about yourself if you are a visionary is that you are likely great at starting, but poor at finishing. So for me, for myself, I am horrible at finishing tasks, at finishing projects. It's not my strength. I used to beat myself up about it. I'm like, why am I so good at starting books, at starting courses, at starting projects, at starting ideas, but they don't get finished? Can I get an amen in the house from any other visionaries that are like, hell yeah, I suck at finishing things too, sir? If that's you, hit me in the comments, let me know. But that is honestly my nature. When I started to realize that maybe I didn't need to be the starter and the finisher. Maybe I could just be the starter, communicate, be the hype man at the beginning of a project, and then outsource, leave the finishing to somebody else. I became free. I started to realize that my strengths can be leveraged in a more focused manner. Okay, so stop feeling like you need to be the finisher. You can get team members that support you in that. And instead, you can be the starter, the thinker, the visionary. Okay, and I want you to also realize this. This is the writer-downer holy shitter. Okay, the writer-downer holy shitter of this principal segment is this: every action is an opportunity for leverage, my friends. If each action that you're taking in your business right now is an isolated incident, that is the function of what you're doing in this moment only serves to benefit you now, then you are slowing your own growth and development as a leader. If instead you think of every action in your business as an opportunity to create less work for you personally in the future, boom, you are on the way to a CEO mindset. For example, you can do a sales call, or you can have a potential sales recruit listen in on your sales call as you do it, so that eventually they can learn to do the sales call in your place. You can either run a sales call from intuition, or you can script out your specific process word by word that can be given away to another salesperson that can run it for you. Even better than that, once someone is running your sales process, what I've learned is that I can either tell them how they need to do it, and they need to do sales my way, which means they're constantly relying on me for improvements, or I can say, hey, let me know how you want to improve this. Just go ahead and do it. You can tell me afterwards. Okay, and empower my team members to be the person that's improving the process on a consistent basis. This is just one example. But realize this, my friends, every action is an opportunity for leverage. Is this good news? Come on, I hope it is, my friends. Okay, so who here has heard this belief before? That if I want something done right, then what? Then what? What do I got to do? Okay, if I want something done right in my business, I got to what? I got to do it myself. How many of you have believed this big old steaming pile of bullshit? Okay. How many of you have believed this? Maybe this comes from a belief in your family. It came from my family. Okay. It came from the people that I know. If you want something done right, you got to do it yourself. But that is not the mentality, the belief system of a visionary. If I want something done right now, I go by this rule. Someone else needs to do it. My God. If I want something done right, I need to get somebody else to do it, because I'm probably going to fuck it up. All right. Instead, I just need to see the way that it needs to be done. And I need to have someone else be working, be helping me to finish it, to complete it. Okay. As long as I believed in my own business that I needed to be doing the sales if they were going to be done right, I was literally stuck as a business owner. 20 to 40K, it couldn't be any more than that. Unless I'm selling like $100,000 packages for like 1 month of coaching, which I'm just not that skilled at this point. Okay, maybe one day, but just not today. The story of Ben and I, Ben was my very first salesperson. And he was the first person to come on my team when I realized that I needed to be supported. He came to me and he said, I would love to do sales for you. And I thought to myself, well, I need to do the sales. And then I thought, wait a second, that's some BS. I'm spending right now 20 hours a week on sales. If I could let go of the sales, maybe, just maybe, I could spend more time creating, spend more time coaching, spend more time doing something strategic, because the sales is something that I'm good at, but it's not my genius. It's just something that I've learned to do by necessity. As soon as I started to realize that not only could Ben come in and do as well as me eventually, but now Ben is actually a better salesperson than me when it comes to the calls that we do for the WCA, because it's all he does all day long, because he is performing that action again and again and again and again on a consistent basis, constantly thinking how he can improve it. He's actually better, more skilled than me at sales. I realize right now, likely in your business, you believe that you're the best person at sales. And honestly, this very well could be true. But my encouragement to you is that it doesn't have to stay that way. If you want something done right, done better than you're currently doing it, you can empower a team. Isn't that good news? See, this is the question. Again, with the previous slide I was sharing with you, every action is an opportunity for leverage. My question is, what ultimately will satisfy you? Is it the salad or is it the pizza? You see, there are two ways to be filled. You can eat the pizza, giving you that short-term pleasure, that short-term gratification, and every now and then you need a pizza, okay? Every now and then you're going to want to do a sales call. Every now and then you're going to want to take the easy way to finish the task, to get it done. I get it. But you will not have a fit body eating pizza. And you will not have a legacy business doing everything yourself. It's the same way. You need to get into the habit of eating that salad, having those greens, getting some mother freaking balance in your goddamn diet, all right? So you have to shift what you associate satisfaction from, not from the task being done, but by setting yourself up to have it done infinite numbers of times through either a technology or a team member, okay? Tasks are completed by employees. The vision is created by the leader, okay? That is the leader's responsibility. Now, again, speaking to this, there is leveraged work and there's robotic work. You can be the creative or you can be the robot. Visionaries, in their essence, love to create. They love all day to be visioning, to be creating, to be drawing, to be imagining. It's our true fulfillment and it's our true joy. See, when you find yourself, here's what I say. Fi, ri, ri, ri. Say it with me out loud on your end. Fi, ri, ri, ri. Fi, ri, ri, ri. Okay? Fi, ri, ri, ri. What does this mean? When you find yourself repeating yourself, record yourself, or replace yourself. When you find yourself repeating yourself, record yourself, or replace yourself. What does this mean? Anytime in your business you find that you're doing something multiple times over and over again, you find yourself making the same decisions, stating the same things, you find yourself taking the same actions, that's an opportunity for leverage. Okay, either you can create a video resources that answers a question, which you consistently have been asked, or you find yourself performing a similar task over and over again, you can get someone else, train someone else to replace you within that particular activity. When you find yourself repeating yourself, record yourself, or replace yourself. And trust me, this is not easy, okay? This is not meant for most people, okay? And that's okay. Most people are not meant to take this role within a company. The person who is the creator, who's the person who's the source, the visioneer of everything that happens. And that's okay. Most people need to find a role outside of a visionary. Most of the world is not visionaries. There's nothing better about being a visionary than anything else. But if this is who you authentically are, then you need to stop performing robotic tasks. You will never be fulfilled. Fi, ri, ri, ri. Okay, this becomes our battle cry. Fi, ri, ri, ri. Okay, it's like a little barking, a little bit annoying dog. Okay, will sound like this. Fi, ri, ri, ri. Fi, ri, ri, ri. That's you. When you find yourself repeating yourself, record yourself, or replace yourself. And replaced by either a technology or a team member. This is a software, this is a video, this is a PDF, or it's someone else who's performing that specific role within your company. Here's the truth. If you can do it, this is what I learned for myself when it came to sales, lead generation, content creation, whatever it may be. I realized this. If I can do it, someone else can too. And frankly, can do it better than me. If I can do it, someone else can come in and do it better. Holy shit, what good news. Damn, high five on the screen right now. High five, because if you can do it, someone else can't do high five. That's such fucking good news, Sterling. Thank you so much for that. I know you're welcome. Okay, moving on. You can either be the robot or you can build the robot, my friends. You can be the robot or you can help build a robot. All right? Who are these two men on the screen right here? Do you know? I would bet you know at least one of them. I would bet you recognize one of them. Okay? If you know anything about American mother-fathering basketball, you'll know one of them. Okay? I'm about to tell you who they are. All right? The one at the bottom is Steph Curry. He is one of the world's most famous basketball players. Okay, one of the most talented basketball players the world has ever seen. Okay, he is the epitome of a high performer. You think about someone who's great at what they do, who is the best in their industry. Steph Curry embodies that. Who is the second person? It's Peter Guber. He is the owner of the Golden State Warriors, the team that Stephen Curry plays from. Now, Peter Guber is far less known than Stephen Curry. And in your business right now, you've got a choice as to who you want to be. You can be Steph Curry. You can be the high performer. You can be the person that's the best at a particular set of tasks within your business, and you can become very well known, and you can actually do quite well for yourself that way. Steph Curry, honestly, gets paid very handsomely. Or you can be Peter Guber. You can own the team that Stephen Curry plays for. Okay, you can create the system, the network of systems, create the leadership structure that Steph Curry plays in. And I tell you this, as an athlete, the lifespan of his career is much shorter than that of an owner. It's much more taxing physically to be a high performer than it is to be a CEO, than it is to be an owner. You see, right now, many of you have gotten to where you are in business because you simply outwork everyone else. You simply want it more. You're more obsessed. You're better at modeling. You're ready. You focus harder. You do a certain set of tasks better. But what got you here won't get you there. It won't get you to the legacy, my friends. And so if you want to truly get to that legacy level of impact, we've got to start thinking more like Peter Guber and less like a Stephen Curry. As much as the Stephen Curry is the flash and the lights and the bling, you've got to start thinking more like a CEO, someone who attracts the talent rather than is the talent, my friends, okay? Would you rather be the talent or employ the talent? That's the question. And trust me, being Peter Guber is not necessarily better. It's certainly not. It has its own set of challenges. And his path to this place in life was not freaking easy. However, it's simply a choice that you make. Based on who you authentically are, do you want to be Steph Curry or do you want to be Peter Guber? For me, I've chosen Peter Guber. Okay? Richard Branson. How do you think Richard Branson runs over 400 different companies? The answer? He doesn't run over 400 different companies. He's got people that run those companies. All Richard Branson does all day is think of business ideas, and then he thinks his immediate next thought after he has a business idea is, who can I get to do this for me? He thinks of the idea, and then it's, who can I get to do this for me? He is the true owner. He's the visionary. He is not the implementer. He's not the person that makes it happen. He's the person that sees it happening and then watches it happen. Does this make sense? Finally, to wrap up this section, you just need to realize that it's time to stay in your lane. Okay, and what does this mean? You need to be in your zones. You need to recognize where you are in your particular zones. Right now, there are 3 primary zones of activity that you are running your business in. These are activities that need to happen within your business that are either done by you or somebody else. Okay, the first zone is the zone of incompetence, and most of you have realized by now not to spend time in your zone of incompetence. Zone of incompetence is things that you're really not good at, you don't like doing, and doesn't add a lot of value to your business when you're doing. For me, an example of this is doing anything related with tech. I don't like tech. I don't want to build a website, okay? I don't want to do graphic design. I'm not good at it. I'm not. I really actually quite frankly suck at it. And when I do those things, that adds very minimal value to the business. It's suffering for me, and like it always needs to be corrected anyways. Waste of my freaking time. I have no second thoughts about spending time in my zone of incompetence. However, what can be attractive is the zone of competence. The zone of competence is something that I'm actually talented at. I'm actually pretty good. And I somewhat enjoy doing it. However, in the end, it's not going to bring the greatest level of value to the business. And I frankly am replaceable. Okay, it's something that I'm good at, but it's not something that I can be the elite at, the best in the world at. It's something that can be likely replaced by somebody else within my company. An example of this for me is sales. I'm good at sales. I can sell, but it's not my true genius. It's a task that I've learned to do well, but it's not something which is going to add the most value to the company and to my vision if I do this. Okay, this is where most entrepreneurs get stuck. They find themselves spending most of their time in their zone of competence. As a result, they never reach the impact that they want. They do too many things instead of just a few narrow things that add the most value. The sweet spot for an entrepreneur is when they find themselves primarily in their zone of genius. This is the thing that you can do, that you know about, that you're excellent at, that you are more world-class at, more excellent at than anyone else in the mother freaking world. It's the zone of genius. It's where you feel most alive. It's where you add an elite level of value, and the world is deeply, greatly impacted as long as you spend time in this space. The zone of genius is your bullseye in the proverbial target. Okay? So in the chat box, go ahead and write in right now. Let me know what's been most valuable throughout this presentation so far and why. What's been most valuable so far and why? Go ahead and write in the chat box. Let me know. Come on, baby. Let me know what's been most valuable in through this whole presentation. Jesse says, yes, I must replace myself for all tasks that aren't in my genius. Who else? Who else has got some genius? Or who else has got some value they've received from this so far? Natalie says, right. If you find yourself repeating yourself, record yourself, or replace yourself. Ulysses says, I am and should be replaceable. Excellent. Steph says, giving myself permission to focus solely on my zone of genius instead of trying to wear a million hats. Yes. Be in your zone, baby. Be in your zog. Okay? Be in your zog, zone of genius. Not your Zoe. Not your Zoc. Your zog. All right? Right. Okay, Brenda likes that one too. Excellent. First thing Richard Branson thinks after having a brilliant business idea, thinks, who can I get to do this for me? True. Brenda says the analogy of the MVP and the owner. Yeah, you can be the most valuable player or you can own the team that he plays for. Okay, and neither is better than the other. Steph is a legend in his own right. He will be remembered. It's just which game do you want to play? Do you want to play the game of the CEO or do you want to play the game of the high performer? Okay, great. Let's keep going trucking. Mother trucker. Yeah. Hold on. Okay. What's been most valuable so far and why? So now I want to just tell you really quick, what is the leverage model mindset? The leveraged mindset. It's very simple. Write this down right now. I see it. I speak it. I watch it done. Write it down. I see it. I speak it. I watch it done. The visionary's primary role within the company is to see a brighter future and to see a way there and then to communicate that vision, that pathway forward consistently to the team. Within my business right now, the primary function that I provide is that I see the way forward and then I communicate that to the team. I communicate the culture that we live in. I create relationships. I see a potential relationship or partnership with other people within my industry. I speak that forward. I see the hires that we need to make, and then I execute that or I speak that forward. I see what we need most, and then I speak it to our team, and then I watch them complete it. Okay, that is my primary role and my primary function within the company. I see it. I speak it. I watch it done. That is the visionary. Write this down. You see it. You speak it. You watch it done. That is what you do. You don't see it, speak it, do it, optimize it, fix it, and then finally you look back and it's done, which is probably what most of you are doing right now. Instead, you see it. You simply speak it. You watch it done. That is your function as a visionary. Now here's how it's done. Volcanoes explosioning. That doesn't even make sense. The grammar is horrible on this presentation. I'm fine with it. But volcanoes explosioning on your screening right now. Hope you enjoy that, okay? Literally, I'm spitting all over my camera, right? I'm going to wipe off the camera. Thank you very much. Here's how it's done. Here's how you're going to implement these principles in your mother freaking business. Are you ready? There is a hammer and a nail. Holy crap. Legacy comes, my friends. Principle number 1, by leverage. Legacy comes by leverage. So how will you apply this? Answer these questions. Write down these questions. Go ahead and get out a pen and paper or your digital note-taking device of choice. Number 1, where do you spend your time each week in business? Literally, right now, what are you spending your time on? Consistently. How many hours a week are you spending in sales? How many hours a week are you spending creating, messaging back and forth with potential leads and clients, coaching those individual clients, hiring new potential team? What is it? What are you spending your time on each week in business? Just take record of it. Okay? Write down the question. Where do you spend your time each week in business on a regular basis? Again, I understand as an entrepreneur, we're doing different things at different times. In general, what are you spending your time on? Number 2, how would it look? How would your week look in business if you're only doing what you love and what you're excellent at? How does it look if you're only doing what you love each week? Okay, are you spending more time speaking? Are you spending more time thinking? Are you spending more time creating? Are you spending more time in sales? Are you spending more time with a different type of clientele? What are you doing if you're doing what you love? Most coaches, as they're beginning this program, are going to need more support in the operational end, the back end of their business, and sales. It's just you're going to need to create a foundation in your business. It's going to come through getting some help on the operational side and not breaking the bank to do it. A little bit in the back end so that you have some support, some leverage within websites, within creations, content, certain things like that. And then running the sales, the high-ticket sales of your business. This is where most coaches need the support right away. Okay, you may be different. So what does it look like if you're only doing what you love? You want to take note of these questions, and we'll come back to them. Number 2, you need to stop doing, you need to start thinking. So what does this mean specifically in terms of application? You need to schedule vision time, schedule creative time. Now, literally pull out your calendar right now. God damn it. Get out the calendar and schedule in a time where you can give yourself the gift of reflection. Number 1, you're going to be reflecting what's working, what's not working right now in business. What's working, what's not working. And then realize what needs to be done to solve what's not working. Okay, reflect and realize. This is the visionary time. This is what you give yourself in your schedule, what space you give yourself in your schedule to be that visionary that you have decided you will become. During this time is where you'll create job descriptions of the new hires, the people that are going to come in and create leverage for you. They're going to take away some of those tasks you just mentioned in the answers to the last questions. You're going to outline your new programs. Okay, they're going to create leverage within your current coaching or consulting offering. You're going to be able to create better resources during this time. You're going to imagine and see it. I spend 2 days primarily doing these type of things a week. Every week, I'm reflecting. I'm realizing the primary work that I do on Tuesdays and Thursdays every single week is this visioning work. I'm reflecting and I'm realizing. This is how my business moves forward quickly. I slow down to speed up. If you will become that visionary that you're destined to become, you will slow down to speed up. So schedule it right now. When is it going to be for you this week? Okay, no more putting it off. No more bullshit about, I'll do it later. I'm a little stupid ass bitch. I'm going to do it later. No, you're going to schedule it right now. It's time. All right? All right, so schedule that time in. Let me know in the chat box when you've done it, son it. All right? By son it, I mean son or daughter if you're a female, okay? Let me know when you've done it. And on the replay, let me know when you've done it. Say it out loud. I done it, stir. Right now. All right. Cool, we're going to move on. So, you got to separate, number 3, your actions, the actions that you've been consistently taking that you don't have leverage in. You're going to separate those particular actions, those individual actions into roles. Why? Because we're going to find someone else to come in and take those particular roles, whether it be salespeople, whether it be operations people, whether it be like people that help with marketing on the emails and all the funnel building, all that stuff. We're going to find somebody to do that for you. Okay? whether it be like you've been running the Facebook ads, if you've been running ads, or you've been running the YouTube ads or whatever, we're going to find an agency or a staff member that's going to do that for you. We're going to find the actions that you've been taking consistently, and we're going to separate those actions into roles for specific people. Okay? So you want to take the groups of the actions on your list and then divide them into specific roles that someone can come in and fill. Now, I want you to prioritize. Just do a quick circling. Doesn't have to be perfect. Now, I want you to prioritize the importance of these roles. Okay, what needs to happen first, then second, and third? What needs to happen first, then second, and third? Just think about it right now. Come on, you're a visionary. See it. Prioritize the importance of those roles. Okay? Then, once you figure out what the importance of those roles are, we're either going to put a job ad on Indeed or Craigslist for the person with the role that you just assigned, or we're going to hire a recruiting service. Personally, I prefer recruiting services. It saves me a ton of time on the front end. I've used particular recruiting services for sales team members, for operations back-end team members, and it's helped me scale quickly because I spend far less time outside of my zone of competence, which is hiring people. Number 4, don't answer questions, create resources. Instead of being a robot by answering questions with the same answers again and again, what we're going to do is we're going to create resources, okay? So think up to yourself, what are the actions you are repeating right now? What are the questions you are repeating answers to right now in your business? If you're a coach, you are repeating answers to particular questions. You are running clients through relatively the same process. What are those things? And how can we create resources around it that saves you time in the future? Again, you don't have to do all this right now as you view this presentation, but make note, we're going to come back to it. But order of importance on those repeating actions, whether it's delivery to clients, whether it's sale of new clients, it's lead generation activities. What are those things that you continually repeat again and again, and how can we create leverage for you? Okay. What are those actions that you're repeating right now, and how can we create leverage? And here's the principle that I want you to know. When you have found that you've answered a question more than once, it's time to record yourself, whether through audio, through visual, writing a text document. Decide, you must make a decision, my friends, to record yourself. It's another little step of something that you must do instead of directly answering the question, but it frees you up so much in the future. When asked a question, create a resource from now on, or just direct someone else to answer that, to create that resource for you. In my business now, primarily when questions are answered within my business for my clients, there are resources that are created by the leaders within my company. Okay, rather than me answering the question, creating the resource, other people are doing it in my stead. Number 5, you must decide to become the owner. Along the same line, my friends, decide right now, stop repeating yourself and start systemizing. You will never be an owner. Listen to me. You will never be an owner as long as you are the primary mover of your business. You are always just self-employed. You are employed by yourself. You have a job. Okay? But to truly be an owner, you must stop being the primary mover and you must allow others to move it for you. Right now, it's time to ask yourself, what can you let go of today? What's the time to let go of, my friends? Come on now. Stop hanging on. Stop gripping so tight. Let that bitch go. Woo! It's time. Okay, don't make me sing that song again that I sang poorly earlier. I will. Okay, let it go. Let it go. What can you let go of today? And number 6, like this happy baby in a suit, you want to know your zones. Okay, know your zones of genius. Think about what are the things in your business that are in your zone of incompetence that you just have no business doing. Number 2, what are your zones of competence? What are the activities that you've been performing that are in your zone of competence? And then finally, that zone of genius. Okay, when you're really doing your best work, you're most fulfilled, you're most happy. What are those activities? Go! That's the zone of genius, baby. All right, so here's what to do right now. I call these the prescriptions. This is your 1, 2, 3 leaving today. Most important action items. I've made it really, really simple. Number 1, you want to outline your zones. Leaving this call today, let this be your most important action item. You want to know your zone, baby. Hey. Know your zones. Zone of incompetence, Zone of competence, zone of genius. I don't know where that says Zoe. Literally, that is a horrible typo. Damn it. Okay. And now I'm highlighting it even more. Okay. So not Zoe, Zoe, zone of incompetence. Okay. You want to write out the answers to your zones. Number 2, you want to outline what needs to be leveraged now. This is your second action item. Now that you know what's in your genius, your zone of genius, and everything else, you got a very clear picture of what needs to be leveraged. Okay, and if you don't already have an operations person, even just part-time or a salesperson, these are the first and no-brainers. These are the people you likely need. Okay, and right now it's time to make a decision. Are you going to use a recruiter to find these people? And I have references for you if you'd like. In the membership site, there are references on this very point. If you'd like to use an application site or just organic through your existing network right now, do you have someone that can fit? It can be an all-star, not just good enough, but a freaking all-star salesperson, all-star operations person run your back end. Who's it going to be, my friends? You got to make a decision right now. What are you going to use to facilitate these particular functions in your business being taken over? And then number 3, execute it. You got to execute that search, okay? You've decided from the last step. Now it's time to execute the find. Hire the recruiting service right now or post your ad for that person, whether it's through your organic network or on Indeed, Craigslist, because it's fucking time to create leverage. I censored it on the screen. I didn't censor the audio, okay? It's fucking time to create some leverage, okay? If you're easily offended by cuss words, you will not enjoy the fucking legacy program. All right, just being honest, all right? It's time to execute your search. All right, so takeaways today, my friends. So what was your biggest takeaways? What did you learn today? Anything? Did you learn anything? What did you learn? Write in the chat box. What did you notice? What did you notice? Or what stuck out to you? Jesse says, I feel so relieved. I don't have to do it all. I shouldn't do it all. There's no really should or shouldn't here, Jesse. But the good news is you don't have to. It's your choice, and you can let it go, let it go. Yeah. And one thing that I've let go in my life is singing. For damn good reason. You can hear why. Thank the heavens that I don't sing for a living. I would be homeless again, like I used to be. Okay. Brenda says, I answer the same questions over and over. Need to create resources instead. Yes. So glad that that stuck out to you. That was such a huge moment for me when I realized that I could create resources that could answer those questions infinity numbers of times rather than answer them again and again. Okay, what else? Come on, people. Let me know. What else? What else? Natalie says, prioritizing time to be visionary. Schedule your visionary time. A lot of people think that that's being lazy. That's sitting around, that's doing nothing. Just the opposite. That moves you forward faster than anything else. I believe it's Ulysses says, I've always been thinking this way and felt guilty for asking others to step into the positions outside of my zone. I believe you mean zone of genius. Steph says, freeing myself up to be the visionary and not feeling like I have to do everything in my zone of incompetence. Yes. It's not only do you not have to do everything in your zone of incompetence, it'd be a damn good idea to stop. Holy shit. Yes. Woo. So I don't cook any of my food. I suck so bad at cooking food. I literally burn cereal. I mean, that's just how bad it is with cooking, okay? I found out, thankfully, a long time ago, that was not what I needed to be doing. Okay, Brenda says, I have a fear or worry that someone else won't do things the way I want them done, but you're going to let it go. Oh, yeah, you can definitely see other people do it better. Jesse says, I don't want to be the star. I want to be the owner, the organizer, the overseer, the visionary. I love it. Okay, so in wrapping up, next week, my friends, Holy Gains, Module 2, coming at you. It's all about influence. 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 I'm saying it in a strange tone because of excitement reasons, okay? Influence. What does this mean? Next week, we're going to talk about how do you influence very powerful people, because you're stepping into the next level of growth, the next level of legacy. You got to learn not just how to influence, the commoner, the average person, You need to know how to be a visionary. You got to influence very, very powerful people, both to do business with you, to do business for you, to be around you. You need to know how to influence very powerful people. It's a very valuable skill set. You also need to know how to influence at scale, not just one-to-one, but how do you influence audiences? How do you influence groups, masses through presentations? How do you influence the masses at scale? And then finally, how do you influence powerfully your incoming team? How are you going to influence within your organization, not just externally, not just through powerful people or two powerful people outside your organization, but how do you influence that incoming team as well? Okay, this is probably my favorite topic, one of my favorite topics within Legacy, because influence more than anything else has enabled me to create the life of my dreams, the business of my dreams, and is now helping me to create the impact that I've always wanted. Influence, my friends. So I'll see you in the next module. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.